Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Kaspa crypto live, and we have had a monumental announcement come from Kaspa today, which of course is definitely long overdue and very, very exciting. Of course, we all know what we're talking about here. The layer 2 smart contracts for Kasplex, the testnet, is now up and running. We'll get into that in the stream, and hopefully we can speculate, but hopefully we will see the full success or the bugs fleshed out very quickly, and the main net launch will follow quickly as well. But we can see right now, looking at the market chart, we are seeing blood in the streets, red across the board, and that is not because Kaspa is bad. I mean, look at the market. Bitcoin down 0.63, Ethereum down 2, XRP 1.89, Kaspa 5.37, Sui 4.83, Say 6. I can continue. Everything right now is going through quite a severe or significant correction, and the reason why is, as always, because of headline news, because we are still very much in a headline driven market. There are actually two reasons for today's market behavior. One is headline news, being the recent tariff headlines and Trump, and equally it is the macro news, the PCE inflation data we got today. We got all the macro, some of the good stuff as well, like the SEC passing some laws as well, which will be good for more adoption coming through, and equally got a lot of Kaspa updates in this stream as well. We're going to talk briefly a little bit more on the whole dilemma around, or the speculation, the what's the word I'm looking for, the whole drama, if you will, behind the Kaspa Currency Twitter account, and also recapping what Kaspa Silver recently mentioned in regards to the workaround for it as well. All of that and more. So if you enjoy these daily live streams, informative content, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. If you want to know about more on crypto and Kaspa in a community where we're trying to actively learn more about this space, then come check out the free community here. And equally, you can find out a lot more in-depth information here in the VIP group. 7-day free trial. We can have weekly live streams every single Sunday pretty much. Trading alerts, buy and sell alerts, as well as alpha information ahead of time. So what's happening in this market is stuff that we had anticipated, and at the same time the information that we've looked into from these institutions leads us to believe that this cycle is far from over, and we're going to see a lot higher highs than we could possibly expect. If you want to find out exactly what that is, then come check it out alongside educational videos as well. All of that down below in the description, and also in the homepage on my YouTube channel here as well. But that being said, welcome everyone again to the quick crypto and coin factory live stream. Dimitar, again, my man. First, great to have you back, brother. As always, it is feeling that way right now, man. You're absolutely smashing it. Thank you very much, brother. Mr. Miles, true first. Sure. 3 Miles, yes, you know it. 3 Mr. Miles is currently in my basement, apparently. Those who are somehow new to this channel, Mr. Miles is a mod of mine, but also he's a mod that likes to take the piss and troll. So don't take everything he says wholeheartedly. I mean, he's not a liar, but you can tell when he's joking. At least you should be able to. Kaspa will make Moon very, very soon. I'd like to hope so. But we got to, again, don't be emotional, be logical. Kaspa's got some very significant updates coming through, and even earlier today, one of my other mods, Cody, gave a bit of a rundown, or a very, very, short but precise reason as to why Kaspa is destined to explode much higher, and it gave all of us, I know people in my community, a lot of clarity about why we hold Kaspa and why we are so bullish on this project, which I'll speak on that as well. Shout out to Cody again. I'll speak on that in this stream as well, so we can understand more so. But in response to you then, Dimitar, yes, I mean, Kaspa, I think inevitably will moon, but again, keep in mind we're still very much in that Bitcoin dominant market. As I show it, I have stream right now, Bitcoin dominant 64%, still very, very high, and it's going to likely go higher as well. So with Bitcoin dominance being so high, and with Bitcoin currently correcting off the back of all the headline news and the headwinds, then yeah, everything's going to follow in suit, unfortunately. But again, for me, it's a noise. It's just short-term noise. A lot of the stuff that's been happening right now is short-term noise. I think we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel very, very soon. Welcome back, Ghosty Man. I'm doing very, very well, brother. And you too, Kryptoni. It's literally only been like 2 days since I was first. Well, there you go again. You gotta, make sure you hit ASAP then. Otherwise you lose your status very quickly, apparently. What's up? The real PG, Casper more like Asper. I'm out. I mean, if that's how you feel, the real PG, then by all means go for it, brother. I'm not sure if you mean out of this stream or out of Casper. I'm assuming you mean out of Casper, as in you sold your position. If that's the case, then yeah, fair enough, man. Again, I have no qualms on what people do with their money. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not telling you what to or not to invest into. That's not what my job is. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply here as the YouTuber, the entertainer. It's all educational content, telling you what's coming to the space, coming to Casper, and then based on the information and then information that I don't disclose publicly that I show to the VIPs, I then use that information as well in these streams to talk about why I believe we are not done for yet. And equally why Casper is just, again, it's going through a corrective behavior, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, but it's not just Casper going through the corrective behavior. Sui's down. Say's down. Tao's down. Everything's down coming through right now. Casper is in no different spot right now. But if you need to get out, then that's all completely up to you. Again, have some dry powder on the side, or just take out, wait for the market to recover a little bit, stabilize, and then get back in. Again, it's completely up to you. We do with your money. Trade, make your own. Use this information that I provide you as helping you devise your trading strategies. But again, always do your own research and trade at your own discretion. Welcome back, Falcon Man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Buying more, baby. Big up, brother. Love to hear it. Welcome back, Lao Man. Hope you're doing very, very well. This is why you keep dry powder on the side. Exactly. Precisely. And again, I had dry powder on the side. I got a little bit extra recently, and I bought some Casper yesterday. Of course, Casper has come down since I bought it yesterday. And sucks to suck. But am I worried? Do I sound worried? No, not in the slightest. I bought Casper around here. I'm not worried in the slightest. Because I do see over the coming weeks or so, Casper may come down a little bit. Right now, Casper's at a very, very critical level of support. If I draw out to the rectangle, we can see this here is where we saw the next support for Casper around this region. So Casper right now is kind of progressing towards this zone right here. If we draw up the fib retracement that I've been showcasing the last couple of streams as well, from the bottom down here on April 5th up to the all-time high recently, of 13 cents or so, just short of it, we can see that Casper did just touch this golden, this golden pocket. So Casper has retraced into this zone. Now, for me, I think Casper would have held above this zone here, provided we didn't get this headline news. Again, you got to understand that while Casper's dumping and it's frustrating, Casper's been down for a long time, and I can sympathize with the frustration because, of course, I want to be able to be happy with my gains. My average is a lot lower now, thankfully, but I'm still down. It's frustrating for me as well. But in the regards to being emotional and be logical and looking what's coming to the cycle, Casper for me is still destined to rally higher. And I still think it will exceed expectations. It's coming down as intended according to market structures, and provided we get no drastic surprise headline news again, it will start finding support and then making that recovery again, hopefully forming higher highs. Technically speaking, if you're being really, really precise, it's still forming lower highs right now. Very, very minimal here, so you could argue it doesn't really count. They pretty much just found the support at the same level. But either way, it's still respecting that bullish structure. Hopefully continue that fashion, but again, we have to see how Bitcoin goes. Right now, Bitcoin is just below 105k. And this is a critical level of support around here. Below here, it would be around the 101 to 100k zone. We'll have to see where it goes again, depending on the macro and the fundamentals. Of course, the M2 just suggests that Bitcoin is going to be starting to see a rally very, very shortly. Again, the M2, keep in mind, is not a absolute golden ticket. It's not absolutely 100% accurate, but it's got a 80 to 90% correlation to the price of Bitcoin. And we can see right now, this correction is in line with the M2 money supply. Of course, it's based on headline news again, but it's still correcting as intended. So hopefully, as we're going into June now, we'll start seeing the markets make this push, this reversal over the next week or two. Next week, we've got some very, very good news as well in regards to, I think we've got some policy meetings and whatnot, new bills being implemented or being spoken about, in the congressional meetings and whatnot, and at the Senate. So that could hopefully incentivize more investor confidence as well. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out, and of course, see if this headline news dissipates as well. But yeah, I mean, that's the rant. But yeah, this is why you should have dry powder. Always. I think DCAing is always the smarter thing to do. If you're obviously, trading, then that's a different thing entirely. But if you're, technically investing or even swing trading or mainly investing, you put some in and you just dollar cost average you could end up losing more in the sense of if you DCA that it goes up straight away, you didn't make as much gains, but it also protects your investment more so as well. I shorted my long to hedge it. I'm happy I slung it. Hey, hopefully it plans out well, brother. I mean, yeah, right now it's it's definitely coming down, but I mean, hopefully it plans out for you, brother. I hope it does. Good evening, Anti-Man. You're doing very, very well. Just got on 21,000 Casper. Today is a nice discount rate, putting me at 250k mark. Wow, brother. Love to hear that. These prices won't last forever. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you very much, brother. And yes, congrats on reaching that major milestone. Very, very big stuff. So yeah, huge congrats, bro. And hopefully we'll all be singing and laughing very, very soon. Yeah, good job indeed. Good job indeed. Remember, if the fundamentals and tokenomics haven't changed in the coin, ignore the price action. All is good. I completely agree, Anthony. Yes, for fundamentally speaking, nothing has changed for Casper. Or in a sense, technically speaking, it kind of has. They're releasing smart contracts very soon. So fundamentally, we're going to see a massive upgrade. Nothing negative in regards to Casper as a project. And actually, on speaking on that, those who are watching right now, I'm going to quickly just express, as Cody mentioned, which we read about those in the free. So again, if you want to be a part of a community who are like-minded individuals trying to learn more, of course there are people who troll in there, and that's, we welcome that, provided you're, being respectful. The free community here, you can learn a lot more in here. You've got people in there who are equally quite knowledgeable, Cody being one of them, and he gave a very, very nice breakdown, in regards to, this testnet for Kasplex right now. So, I'm going to get into the post right now. Kasplex have just announced earlier today, which for me was about 14 hours ago, give or take. Kasplex has officially launched its Layer 2 public testnet, Kasplex ZK EVM. That's huge. So, as emphasized here from Christian Ludwig, it's gone straight to ZK, straight to zero knowledge. No optimistic roll-up first, which is what we were expecting. I think the biggest differences between Kasplex, Igra, and Sparkle originally was perceived that with Kasplex, they are doing a roll-up first and then transitioning into the ZK, whereas Igra going straight to ZK, and then Sparkle is meant to be the kind of fully fleshed element of it all. Now, I did ask a question to the community earlier in regards to can we get clarity on the difference between the three, and I have not received a response, unfortunately. And this is quite a reoccurring theme, so I'd be surprised if I get a response, but I can pray, hopefully, those who want a response as well. This is my Twitter. You can follow me. Equally, links are down in the description, also homepage here as well. Check out one of my most recent tweets and just retweet it and try and spread the word so we can try and get an answer, because something that I think we all want to know about, exactly how does Kasplex smart contracts differ from Igra Labs and Sparkle. And shout out to Hell for, again, asking me in the community once more if I'd be happy to make the post about it, and I was. Again, it's stuff that I think we all should know about. But yeah, tangent aside once more. Going back, so they released the ZK EVM, which is huge news, a fully Ethereum virtual machine compatible base rollup built on the Casper network. And of course, very big news, this marks a major milestone on the road to mainnet and a pivotal step in bringing smart contract functionality to Casper. Now, what happens here? Well, Kasplex ZK EVM introduces full Ethereum virtual machine equivalents, so you can deploy Ethereum native contracts with minimal changes, a bridged Casper as a native testnet token, so just for the testnet seemingly, integration with all standard Ethereum virtual machine wallets, so like MetaMask and Hardhat, which is very, very good, decentralized sequencing and data availability anchored to the Casper Layer 1, which is of course what makes Casper so unique, and a live faucet, explore, and growing developer tooling. So, and much more. So all of that stuff very, very interesting. The testnet connection details are right here. And also highlighted here, this testnet is not just a preview, but is a live environment for developers and infrastructure teams to deploy, experiment, and stress test smart contracts and DeFi protocols in real world conditions. So, inviting the community and people to test it, stress test it, to see really try and push it to the limit. So then when we end up seeing more adoption coming through in due time, it should be limited issues in the future because it's already been pushed to the limits already. Now you'll always see setbacks, I'm sure, but we want the mainnet launch, which is hopefully coming out soon, to be as successful as possible. Little to no dilemmas, like we saw with the migration to 10BPS, like we saw with the second release of Kasplex, of KRC20. Those two were great. The first release of KRC20 was a bit lackluster. It was great to add a lot of volume, the highest volume of any proof of work. I think it had 2.2 times more transactional volume than Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, and Litecoin combined on the first poor launch of KRC20, which had a lot of bugs and crashes and congestion. So you expect similar things, but either way, this is out now, which is very, very good. And again, actual ZK, which is huge news. Now, I had a question in my community, which was again, how does this testnet work? So it's not obviously to make money. So what is the premise of this testnet? And, Cody, shout out to Cody again, basically made a response to this, right? So he stated, in regards to the global stablecoin volume. So hundreds of billions of transactions per day are happening, for example, on Pepe. But you can't send your Pepe or your USDT without paying gas fees to Ethereum or some other chain, be it Tron, being it Solana, be it XRP, whatever it may be. You have to pay it in another chain that we deem as garbage chains because they're expensive, they're slow, and they steal your money. Whenever a company wants to move stablecoins, they have to pay that gas fee as well. We do as users, and also the companies do as well. Now, just by logic, simple logic, you as a company, you as a business, are you going to choose to use Ethereum or Solana or XRP with their speed and their transactional volume, which each have differing in speed and transactional volume and gas fees and whatnot, but are you going to use any of those chains, or are you going to use the cheapest and fastest and most secure option for your transactions, whether it's the most popular or not? If you were to go onto an exchange right now, buy Kaspa, and let's say you go onto, I don't know, let's say Uphold, you go onto Uphold or even Mexi, for example, whatever it may be, and you buy Kaspa on those platforms, and then you want to send the Kaspa you bought from the exchange to your Kaspa wallet, right? Now that's going to be perfectly fine. You'll get your Kaspa sent on the Kaspa chain, the Kaspa connection layer, so you get it sent to Kaspa, minimal fees, very quick, all well and good, fantastic even. But let's just say, for example, you're trying to send Tether, USDT, right? Because I did that recently. You send your USDT from one exchange to another, and you're getting your wallet address from the other, exchange, whatever you want to do it from. It will always try and give you the cheapest chain first. It's just naturally how most exchanges work, unless sometimes they'll try and prioritize their own one, like Crypto.com will probably try and prioritize their Kronos chain, but otherwise they'll always try and give you the cheapest one first. So typically speaking, I normally get recommended BNB because they're relatively quick. They're not fantastically quick, still a few minutes, but they're relatively quick, and they are, transactional fees also are quite limiting. Sometimes the fees are literally like half the USDT, which, again, comparatively to Kaspa is still a lot, but it's minimal when you think about, Ethereum. Ethereum is at least 5 times more in gas fees than BNB right now. But either way, point being is it always tries to send you to the cheapest chain and the quickest one normally as well. So with Kaspa coming out, and once it gets the integration to every other platform as well, and the layer 1 is, fully, layer 1.5 and stuff is all fully on board, as a business, you will, by logic, want to move to the fastest, cheapest, and most secure chain platform for stablecoins. As Cody highlighted again, the reason why Tron subsidizes gas fees, so it pays gas fees for the users to increase adoption. So just imagine everybody that will need to hold Kaspa to pay for gas fees when transacting on the network. People are going to have to hold Kaspa just to send that USDT from one platform to another. Kaspa's going to be the gas fee for the entire blockchain infrastructure in the future to be. And it also highlighted as well, shout out Cody once more, when companies want to raise capital, they aren't going to go public anymore and list it on the index or NASDAQ, which is what Michael said will be talking about a lot. They're also going to tokenize and enter the blockchain space. Everything's going to be tokenized on blockchain. They'll put real world assets on blockchain. Real estate in that regard as well. Commodities, everything's going to come on blockchain, and they're going to, by law, not by law, but by logic, they come to the cheapest, fastest, and most secure final settlement table. Which right now, XRP is what everyone's talking about in regards to all the connections it has. It had a recent apparent partnership with the Prince of Saudi Arabia or something like that. You know, good on them. They've got deep pockets and they're going to last a while. I'm sure as a project, they've been around for a very, very long time, but they're centralized and equally they're not as quick or secure as Casper is. Casper's a very early project, but it's going to prove that very soon. And Casper moves as fast as the internet. XRP is, you know, it's fast. It's not terrible, but we've seen, you know, people have already showcased in the community the comparison between Casper transaction speed to XRP on the XRP ledger when you're trying to send a payment to a different wallet or to their wallet. It takes Casper, you know, 2 seconds, and XRP took, I think it was upwards of 5, if not higher, which is still quick, but when, again, the amount of time, you know, which is 2 times faster on Casper, that saves money as well. Time is money, and not just actual currency. The stock trade, again, so the whole premise of why, again, shout out to Cody, the whole premise of why Casper is just destined to be one of the, you know, the blockchain infrastructure for the entire blockchain space in the future is because its infrastructure, just by its infrastructure alone, how quick it is going to be highly sought out. It's going to be. And that's going to come to fruition. We're going to start seeing early adoption of that with these smart contracts. So this testnet is trying to give the businesses an understanding, an idea of how it's going to work, how efficient it is, stress testing it, and then when it actually gets onto the mainnet, you'll see gradual but sure adoption coming through. And then you'll see Casper just gradually increase in adoption, its value. You'll see the volume here on CMC start running up more and more as well. Right now it's at 85 million, still lackluster, but we'll see it go up. You'll see, as a result, therefore, of more adoption, you'll likely see the tier 1s jump on board, probably all at once as well. So it's very, very exciting stuff. What's about to come through? And look, we're seeing more the merrier here as well. Looking forward to seeing all the dApps built on Casper. You've got the Casper Finance, KFC, coming through. You see many, many more as well. ZellaSwap said, we have done it. The wait is over. Kasplex testnet is live. And guess what? ZellaSwap is officially the first DEX to deploy there, which is good for them. Honestly, good for them. And apparently Zeal is also now going to be listed on coinnex.com. Again, now was a good time to really, really look into how Zeal works. You know, again, so far there does seem to be a mix of opinions for Zeal because, again, of their tokens, their pre-sale for the tokens, the Zeal token. People are, of course, in this community very standoffish about that because we're Casper holders and everything was fair launched here. But at the same time, maybe they're trustworthy. Again, it's up for you to do your own research. I'm still looking into it myself. I have nothing against Zeal personally, but I haven't also properly delved into their DEX to look at how it all functions. I don't know the ins and outs of it, so again, it's not fair for me to make an opinion on it when I don't know enough. So, but either way, I mean, that's good for Zeal. You like to see more adoption. Actually, speaking on that, the Zeal token is rallying a little bit today from when I saw it. Not up massively, but of course, you'll see it probably got more and more, up 9%. This top project called Atomic is up 181%, which is quite nuts. I have no idea what this is. Very small market cap. I mean, for Chaos 20 is actually not that small, but still relatively small market cap. About a quarter of a million. Let me see. It looks like it's one of those, you know, make quick gains, comes off. Again, I don't know, nothing against Atomic. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm flooding a project. That's not my intention, but I have no idea about this project right now. It's on Casperbot, Hybit, Casper.com, Casper Market as well. But yeah, Atomic's doing very, very well. But yeah, Zeal again have that new listing now, which is good for them. And I hope they are trustworthy because, again, one thing we don't want to see is a repeat of people taking... I mean, it's going to happen again, but people taking advantage of Casper community members. It's going to happen, but we don't want to see it, of course. We just don't. We don't want to see it. You know, change happened recently, Change Finance. And actually, speaking of which, apparently Change Finance made an announcement yesterday saying we understand that during times of distribution or disruption, misinformation and speculation can spread rapidly. However, we want to reaffirm the facts. The liquidity injection process is actively underway. All daily transactions will be resolved in due course. CUSDT swaps and the W-wrapped Casper bridge will be reinstated following the completion of this process. We remain fully committed to the integrity of the project and the restoring full functionality, so on and so forth. I'll be very blunt here. I'm not using change. That's me personally. Call me biased. Do your own research. But, you know, the fact that it took all this misinformation... Again, don't get me wrong. I'm equally running, you know, doing multiple things in my whole life and work and whatnot. So it's very hard to balance everything. But the fact that it took all this misinformation and for everything to spiral so far out of control for then change to address this, after the whole scandal and 330 million Kaspa was stolen from people, whether it be a direct of Change's fault or whether it be something illicit going on behind closed doors, I don't know who's truly at fault. It seems to be Change from what I've seen, but again, they're saying misinformation. I don't know. Claims reinstate bridge coming and safe and fund safe. Believe it when I see it. That's how, I'm in the same stance. I'll believe it when I see it. But it's a good start of communicating. But again, why did they not say anything until people started to try and expose them? I don't want to see this stuff happening again. I don't think any of us do, of course. I don't want people to lose their money. So I hope that Zealous and other future, you know, DEXs and platforms do end up acting in good faith, because if anything, it's actually in their best interest to do so. Why don't you try and take advantage of a community, of a Kaspa community, a Kaspa, you know, ecosystem that's about to explode to new levels and continue running higher and higher? Why don't you do that? The potential money you're able to make is you can prove your, you know, your transparency and your safetiness as a platform to trade upon. And therefore, as a result, you get more people, more, you know, stablecoin issuers and other people trying to actually approach you to list on your project as well, because all the community is going to swarming towards that. Why would you take advantage of people right now? For me, it doesn't make sense. But that's changed there. Again, we can talk about whether we trust them or not. I personally am not going to. I've never used them, but I don't plan to use them again. I do think there's still probably some bad weeds inside the Kaspa community right now. This is currently the list of the ecosystem overview right now. Call it a sixth sense. I just have a feeling that there are probably some bad weeds in this right now. Not sure exactly what. It's purely speculation, but I just have a feeling, a sixth sense, if you will. And hopefully we'll see them fleshed out quickly enough. There'll be more coming through, of course. So always do your own research, stay safe, trade at discretion. But understand that Kaspa again is about to go through a historic transformation. We'll see more of this coming through as well. Uphold, even now that, you know, you have Dr. Martin Hyperbeck making posts about Kaspa, and even Uphold now retweeting it or making a post about it, talking about the EVM rollup, the Sparkle ZK proof. So that's also quite interesting again, because it's EVM rollups and Sparkle talk about ZK proof. So again, to talk about Zarkle being the zero knowledge part, the native part, and Kasplex just being the Ethereum rollups. But actually, it's not rollups seemingly anymore, or at least though they're rewording it a little bit, because it's not just EVM rollups, it's ZK EVM rollups. I wish again we had more clarity about exactly the difference between Kasplex, IGRA, and Sparkle, but hopefully we'll find out in due time. KYC 20 therefore is set to stage for tokenization. Next level, native smart contract on the horizon. Kaspa Speed, meeting layer 2 innovation, absolutely massive stuff. And as Kaspa Media highlights here, yes, the trilemma is well and truly solved. What Kaspa can achieve right now is already much more superior than every other payment provider and Bitcoin here as well, which is very big news. And I will get into these parts here, or these two here, in a short moment. But I'm going to answer the question real quickly first off, and then get into the macro news as well. Stop saying Zed, brother. It's 6 cents. Like we can fight about this, Mr. Mars. We will fight about this, but it's just a force of habit. Again, I'm from the UK. Typically we say Z. Sometimes I'll correct myself and say Z. I've been corrected by you multiple times. I say corrected like I'm wrong. You can say Z, but I say ZETX. But I'll say Z on occasion just as a, you know, force of habit. The US should tariff England until Jay stops saying Z. Mate, I'll say it continuously. We moon yet? Not yet, unfortunately. 34th. I mean, yeah. 34th indeed. Still at a residential wrecked city. Yes, we are currently still very much in the mud right now. But again, don't be emotional, be logical. It's not Kaspa, it's the whole market that's going down. It's definitely not just Kaspa. But again, this is what we're expecting. And even then, we actually took this opportunity earlier. Thanks to BYDFI. Again, I mentioned this very briefly in my stream yesterday. But I'll highlight it again once more real quickly, that those who are part of BYDFI, if you sign up to my referral link, which you can see the thing down below, You can sign up. I've got a channel here for it as well, BYDFI. Before I do that, Anthony, thank you very much for... You did it twice. Was that by accident? Get yourself a pint on me this weekend, my man, and some Kaspa. I appreciate it very, very much, brother, for the... Yeah, you did it twice, it looks like. Oh, wait, no, that's... Okay, no, sorry, that's a bug on my... That's a bug on my end. Okay, good. Wait, is it? No, it's not a bug. You actually sent it through twice. Oh, okay. Did you mean to send it through twice? Or am I tweaking on my end? I have no idea. I mean, either way, I appreciate you very, very much for the £9.99 donation. So thank you very much, man. You're an absolute legend. Don't know why it's showing twice on my screen here, like right here, but I mean, I appreciate you very much, man. So thank you very much, man. And I did also see earlier, I did see, I do apologize for not getting to it till now. Buff Link, legend, brother. Thank you very much for the quick crypto gift membership. So there you go, Blazer. You received a membership from Buff Link. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, thank you very much again, both of you two and everyone else who's tuning in, supporting the channel. You guys are legends, so thank you very, very much. But yeah, I'll definitely take you guys up on that offer. As I was saying, so yeah, I recently partnered up with BYDFI, and in my community server, you can see under the membership channel, you got, you know, obviously just sign up to the VIP here, and then one below it, you got get BYDFI access. So if you sign up through my link, which send you to the landing page, and then you deposit 100 into your account, you can then verify your ID, and you can see multiple extra features in the Discord from BYDFI experienced traders. You've got my trader in my VIP as well, which, you know, been doing very well recently, but you can see the trades here from BYDFI, all these signals and stuff here as well. So you can find out a lot of extra benefits here. So yeah, if you want to be even more locked in to capitalize on the markets with, you know, experienced traders and whatnot, then you come check out the, you know, check out the referral link down below in the description, sign up to the BYDFI. And equally, you can check out the VIP group here as well to be even more locked in, not just the trade element as well. You equally get access to alpha information, educational research and courses as well, like, you know, risk management and whatnot, and, you know, how to analyze markets and whatnot. So again, a lot more to come. And again, my conviction is to continue to grow more and more based on the research that we do here, and why I'm not for a moment worried about what is to come. But yeah, I mean, that, you know, more's to come right now. The market's correcting right now, but as you can hear from my voice, as I say every stream, I'm not worried. Why would I be worried? I have no reason to be worried. This was actually telecast. We talked about it. We spoke about how the federal court right now, they have sued Trump. They tried to block the tariffs and whatnot, and that caused FUD. Now China are retaliating, which I'll get into this in a moment, more so in a second, and that's causing corrections. And then we also got the PCE data as well. All of that stuff is causing corrections, but it's expected. We'll likely see that you know, change in due time as well. But where was I in questions? I'll get to the questions real quick. So yes, Bufflix says as well, thanks for the gift membership, and also yes, if you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more, family. Today I sent USDC on ERH, I'm guessing it's ETH chain, and it was $6 fee to send. I had to wait nearly 20 minutes. Yeah, this is what I mean, man. Yeah, ETH chain. You see what I mean? That is ridiculous. That's the number one largest chain, Ethereum, then it's closely followed by Solana, and then it's then I believe for stablecoins it's Tron. I think after that right now it might be Sui, or maybe even XRP. I'm not entirely sure between the two right now. I have to check it. I know apparently XRP's got a lot of private, you know, pools and stuff going on their ledger. Again, that's purely apparently speculation. But yeah, Ethereum again, that's just ridiculous. How expensive that is. So imagine again when Casper fully launches its layer 1.5, when you have businesses and users who actually see, oh wait, if I go and transact through the Casper chain, then it's going to cost me significantly less money. And it's going to be a lot quicker as well. I need to hold Casper so I can afford to do transactions. And then right now it's cheap as well. So again, there's not really any downside to that in my belief. I think Casper will form a head and shoulders pattern and then drop to 8 cents and possibly even down to 5 cents. I hope not, but I believe it will. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe it will. I mean, that of course therefore means we're going to see this here and it doing that again, then come down. I hope it won't as well. I think with the macro news I'm going to get into in a short moment, we're going to see now probably a choppy first half of June, and then second half of June will likely, following the FOMC meeting, will likely then start going upwards again in accordance to the M2 money supply. that happens, then I don't think Casper's in a problem. If it doesn't happen and we see just choppy June, then we'll see probably Casper make that pattern. But I still think we are, on track for some very good, volatility and higher prices for crypto and Casper. What's the blue star by my name? Did I win something free? No, so the blue star by your name is actually a representation of how long you've been a member. So some people, for example, I believe it's Mikey, the absolute legend who tunes in frequently, who's been a member for quite some time as well. In fact, I'll quickly just double check, because I should definitely check his name just to be sure. Settings, no, not settings. Where do I have to go for the there? So it is, Mikey. I knew it was Mikey. Yeah, so Mikey has been about for 9 months as a member. Shout out to Mikey, as well as to Ed, and equally to Dorsey Dude, all those people, and they've been members for 9-8 months, and because they've been members so long, they get a different color star. So they got a yellow gold star. Those who are recent members who've been, thanks to Kryptoni and thanks to people who have donated memberships for the last less than a month, you've got the blue star showcasing you're a recent member. But the longer you're a member, the different star you get. I'll, as a result, now that I feel a bit pressure to do so, I'll actively try and help flourish and grow that membership part as well. I know you guys are just doing it to support me, and I appreciate so much for that. I honestly do. But I'll actually see if I can try and, actively offer some, extra benefits to those who are members as well to, further incentivize people to join it as well. I'll short the hell out of it, go to 5 cents. I mean, as you should. As you most definitely should. Thank you for having gifted me a membership, passing it forward. Yeah, it was Kryptoni, I believe, who gifted a membership. Shout out to Kryptoni once more. It is more likely that we'll see it go to 5 cents and 15 cents. Again, it really does depend on Bitcoin right now and the macro. Right now we're seeing, I'll get into the macro right now before I come back full circle. So right now, we've got some information. We've got this from Kobe's letter here. April's PCE inflation data was released today, and the Fed's preferred inflation, which is the Fed's, so obviously we have the CPI, but the Fed preferred inflation data is the PCE. And it fell to 2.1%, which is below expectations of 2.2, which is good. But the core PCE fell to 2.5, which is in line with expectations. So it's slightly good, but it's nothing major. It's pretty much as expected. So therefore, PCE inflation is now the lowest level since September 24, which is good. Or as on the Fed, however, because it's not significant enough, too drastic enough, they're going to probably, as highlighted here, which is what I mentioned again to my VIPs. You can see right here, well, you can't see right here because all the stuff in the way, but the information I put here, the macro update here, I mentioned my VIPs earlier today. Ultimately, what we're likely going to see, which is there's a different summary here, but it'll work just as well here, which states that the Fed is likely to see the beginning PCE inflation report as the calm before the storm. Fitch rating, Olu Solan says in a note, they will continue to wait for the storm unless consumer spending buckles and the unemployment rate rises rapidly. So ultimately, we're going to likely see the Fed continue to just wait on the sidelines and do nothing, which of course is frustrating for us. Based on PCE watch and whatnot and the Fed watch and whatnot, the chances of rate cuts have significantly dwindled again, which again is why we're seeing the markets correct. And now the chance of seeing it has gone more so towards September time, which even then it's still not likely. It's still in the 60% for September. You want to find out information again ahead of time, what it means, and come check out the VIP once more alongside everything else we put in there. But yeah, we're trying to learn more about the space so we can actually try and analyze the markets, get ahead of the markets, and make money. And this is what's happening right now. That's why the markets are correcting right now, because the PCE, while not disastrous, it's kind of just neutral, not really did much. So it just meant the Fed had therefore more incentive and more reason therefore just to sit on the sidelines again, which is boring. And then equally, we saw the Fed court block tariffs, which will, according to Goldman Sachs, is nothing burger. It'll likely just be, they'll work around it, Trump. But either way, that's still FUD for investors. And then we can see here, the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says trade talks with China have now stalled. He believes more talks will happen over the next few weeks. So this is where Trump made a post about it earlier today, saying that China has totally violated its agreement with us. So 2 weeks ago, China was in a grave economic danger. The very high tariffs I set made it virtually impossible for China to trade into the United States marketplace, which is by far #1 in the world. We went, in effect, cold turkey with China, and it was devastating for them. Many factories closed, and there was, to put it mildly, civil unrest. I saw what was happening, and I didn't like it for them, not for us. I made a fast deal with China in order to save them from what I thought was going to be a very bad situation. I didn't want to see it happening. Because of this deal, everything quickly stabilized, and China got back to business as usual. Everybody was happy. That is good news, but bad news is that China, perhaps not surprisingly to some, has totally violated its agreement with the United States. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. Now again, take that as you will, whether Trump telling the truth or not. Again, I'm really not here to have a political debate. I, truth be told, don't care for it. I talk about this news because it's important for the financial markets, but I don't care to see whether we believe Trump is right or not. That's not my agenda here. You can talk about it in the comments. I will not address them because, again, I'm trying to answer the questions about crypto and finance markets right now. But either way, point being is that the main point, again, is just the headline. It's the headline here that apparently China has violated the trade agreement with America, and therefore it's more tariff FUD. It's more tariff FUD, and therefore the US is going to increase sanctions on Chinese tech targeting subsidiaries. That is what's happening right now. The markets are correcting right now because of the PCE data, which is lackluster, and the tariff headlines. Once again, we are in a headline-driven market. Headlines is what's driving the economic instability and the investor instability, the uncertainty. It is the tariffs. It is not because Kaspa or Bitcoin or anything's over yet. It's not over yet. There's nothing confirming that we are at the end of the cycle. If anything, this gives us a longer chance to have a longer rallying cycle. Some believe Q3, some believe Q4, some believe it's going to be Q1 2060 at market top. All of that's honestly possible. We have no idea yet. We have to see how the market behaves when the significant developments like regulation stuff come through. We're seeing more bills being brought forward, stablecoin bills coming to its final stages, I believe. You're seeing the digital asset market structure bill coming forward as well, the FIT21 bill coming forward. All these sort of, regulatory bills starting to come out, which is great for crypto. We can see in another relatively bullish announcement here, and then Teva highlights here, this is a big deal for ETF providers who want to offer staking services. This guidance clarifies that staking in this format is generally not thought of as a security transaction by the Division of Corporation Finance. So activities involving staking / proof of stake consensus mechanisms, and as in its proof of work mining guidance, the SEC affirms that participation in protocol staking activities does not require registration under securities law. So, proof of work not being a security is obvious. That's obvious. We know that much. But proof of stake being clarified as that is a bit more interesting, and that could be disastrous in the future. Who knows? But either way, that is going to, again, allow progression and acceleration of adoption and, use case for crypto. Again, as Elena Terra highlighted, a big deal for ETF issuers and providers who want to offer staking services. Staking is, again, a big part of crypto. While I don't actually partake in it right now, although saying that I honestly plan to, especially when that stuff starts coming to Kaspa, because it'll be more safe on Kaspa as well. But I mean, that is again another big factor. So these are the sort of fundamental developments that, while don't massively affect the markets, especially when it's surrounded by so much FUD. Again, if you hear FUD and you hear good news, FUD's always going to win because people are emotional. But you're seeing the foundation being laid for what's to come in the cycle very, very soon. I've also showcased leaks in this community frequently, semi-frequently, in regards to content I provide to my VIPs into institutional sentiment on what they believe, how they see this market behaving in the short term, and even the long term as well. And I've got a lot more in-depth analysis about that, again, in the VIP. If you want to find out more about that, again, link down below in the description on my homepage. So much more in there as well. And we're actively trying to ramp up more and more to make it as, most efficient as possible and most rewarding as possible as well. I mean, it's been very profitable for, I believe, all of us so far. I know people who are in there have significantly been able to reduce their average and holding of Kaspa by trading. They learned how to trade through the community, thanks to our experienced traders, C Crypto, among other things as well, like educational content and stuff as well. If you want to find out more, again, link down below in the description, homepage here as well, wop.com/coin factory. Now, there is one more thing that I want to address real quickly, but I'm going to get some questions real quick first, but it's going to be this building of drama, if you will, from the Kaspa currency website. I'm not going to read this whole massive thread here from Johnny. Respect to Johnny, but it's not going to... I've read through it briefly, and it's not the most entertaining thing to kind of read on stream. Hopefully some Plinsky here agrees with it as well, in regards to some stuff as well here. Again, this information I will link in my free community if you want to find out more. Again, Discord link down below. You can find it all there. I'll link it down there. I'll usually retweet this on my Twitter, so you can also follow me on Twitter and find it there as well. Or just search it up on Twitter. It's completely up to you. But I'll give my rundown also a rundown. I'll give my rundown, and additionally to my rundown, I'll also showcase the recent vote on the Kaspa Discord here, which is being brought forward by Kaspa Silver, which I do think actually is not a bad suggestion. And it might, I mean, right now you can't see it here. Let me quickly remove the watermark. You can see right now the votes for to against it, and even need further discussion right now, it significantly outweighs everything else. Now, there might be a case of people just want to say yes to get it moving forward. I don't know entirely. We'll go through this again in a moment and what it means. But I'll get some questions real quickly first off. What's up, DD bro? You're doing very, very well, man. Always back to base. Yes, as you should be. Welcome back, bro. If it goes to 5 cents, I will sell my car. I mean, honestly, I would do the same. I actually would. Lambo cancelled again. Not yet, Khan. Not yet. Again, just the calm before the storm. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got... Okay, sure, you want more Kaspa. Mr. Mars, honestly, sometimes I read this stuff, I'm like, wait, are you trolling me again? Do I have to actually read it or what? I'm late on replay, but happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back, Greg, man. Hope you're doing very well. And yeah, hopefully you catch up soon, man. Stay strong. Yeah, indeed, stay strong. We don't know whether resistance are going to be. Maybe it's 5 cents. Maybe it'll be final support around here. Again, it depends on how Bitcoin reacts in the short term. Bitcoin could very well and truly come back a little bit further. We could see maybe Bitcoin, in accordance to the traders who've put in our VIP group, and equally the traders who have, put stuff into the BYDFI VIP area. So you go check both of those out. Their experienced TA is suggesting that, you're going to probably see support around 105k, which we're kind of finding around this zone right now. Support around here, very strong support around here. There's potential support for us seeing 100k Bitcoin. If you can hold 100k Bitcoin, that is still very positive. But if you see it come below, then there's maybe a bit of a cause for concern of how we're going to see the short-term effect at market. But therefore, likelihood we might see Bitcoin come down to 100k. It should hopefully hold here. If not 100k is the next zone. And again, it depends on the macro headline news, the headwinds, and then we'll see if we can hold here. Still a positive outlook for us going a lot higher. Some analysts believe, again, north of 150k Bitcoin. We'll have to wait and see how bullish it actually is. If we got anything above 150k, that'll be absolutely huge stuff. Absolutely huge news. So I would not be against that in the slightest. Not in the slightest at all, actually. That'd be very, very bullish. DeFi and Kaspa is going to be crazy. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt, Tom. It's going to be absolutely nuts. I love me some Dragon Ball Z. That's the thing, though. That's the contradiction, or it's the contradiction between people in the UK. I will always say Dragon Ball Z. I'm also an anime lover. I'm cultured, I'm cultured. I know Dragon Ball Z. And there are times with some words that I will say, like, I know it's zebra. I'm not going to say zebra. Like, I know there's times where it's actually a Z. But there are times as well, just us UK English is probably the most jarring English. I accept that. But the accent, apparently slaps. If you've not got a list, that is. But again, it's I understand when it says Z, but I'll say Z normally, but I know it's Z. It's just force a habit, I picked up 100,000 more Kaspa. Wow, stellar, man. Love that, but I keep stacking that bag. Love to hear that indeed, yeah. Dang it, just got notification. I apologise, man. I did reply to you on Discord. It was a bit late, I do apologise though. I gave you a 15-minute warning, probably not enough. I need to, that's on me, need to get on my own back about actively bringing out announcements to the community ahead of time. I'm going to make the announcement here while I'm streaming that tomorrow's stream will most definitely be earlier, because I, as a man, or just someone who enjoys activities, I do play Sunday League football, and the season's over. But now we're having our football presentation event, which is happening tomorrow, Saturday, during the time I normally go live. So this tomorrow stream will be earlier. If you want to find out when it's going live, then again, this is the Discord server. Where in the Discord server, near the very top in the command center, actually the very, very top of the command center, you will see announcements here. I will try to frequently put announcements in here about when I'm going live. So again, you can find out here. And I'll try my best to equally make it more known as well. Pretty sure Kasplex will do something controversial with their bridged Kaspa. Maybe. I mean, we have no idea. All we could do is pray that there won't be anything wrongdoing happening. And right now, I have no reason to. Reason to distrust Kasplex. I have no reason right now. You know, I don't think I do at least. So hopefully it continues that way. It went through twice. I see it too. He probably already had a pint or two. Oh, okay. It did go through twice. But I don't know why. It's only showcasing one on me, but it's also not. I did mine. Okay. Well, either way, I mean, I appreciate very much for sending it through twice. Then you're absolutely legend. Thank you very much for that. You couldn't thank you enough for that, bro. I'll get a pint, and I'll get a pint when I go into this football presentation tomorrow, and also some more Kaspa off that. So yeah, love for that, bro. Let's get some more questions real quick. I've just seen another scam comment. I think I just have as well. Oh, I'm gonna have to ask a sensible mod to help out. ZK stands for zero knowledge. Is that not what I said? I'm aware ZK stands for zero knowledge. I thought that's. Did I say something else? If I said something else, I apologize. I know it meant zero knowledge. I probably just went into a tangent and rambled and then saying something incorrect. Welcome back, DC Manager. Doing very, very well, brother. Do you have a date for Kaspa Dex with stables yet? Not yet, unfortunately. Hopefully in due time, man. Charts looking bad. Yeah, the macro is just killing us right now, honestly. Subquarter crawler, bro. You're doing very, very well. ZK stands for zinc on the periodic system. Yeah, I mean, I was quite bad. Actually, I wasn't bad at science, but I've forgotten everything right now, so I have no idea. You can ask me. There are most symbols on the periodic table now. I couldn't tell you anymore. Actually, I say that. If you show me a periodic table without the names, I could probably get, the first line. The blue stars is how Jay marks you. You'll end up in the basement next to me. Yeah. Although you didn't have one first time, I found you beforehand. Now you've got the blue mark. The Fed is watching Japan. They do not want to cut rates early. If they have to use rate cuts for Japan, they are storing economic energy. Yes, again, I think everything's happening by design right now. I do think we'll see rate cuts this year at some point. Probably late, but we'll see it. And if we get it later, honestly, that's better for us. Because it means we're going to get a later cycle top. Again, maybe coinciding to the Q1 2026 cycle top. To Q1 2026 cycle top if it does become a late rate cut. So that could be quite good as well. But before I get to more of the questions right now, and I think I did see. Yeah, I have no idea what that is, but that does look like some form of scam comment. I'll have to get that. Let me get to the last announcement. So the last big announcement here, again, is referring to the controversy behind the Kaspa currency page. So as we delve into it, we're going to see the proposal here from Kaspa Silver, which I do think, in all honesty, is quite a good proposal here. So as I move this text in and move the watermark so we can see it here. So also just goes to talk about how, we've got another preliminary vote. So this is what we should be doing as Kaspa anyways. Any decision should be voted on by the community, and that's why Kaspa Silver actually had a Twitter Space AMA earlier where he proposed in the idea that basically we remove on certain, websites, like on Kaspa.org, on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. If you go onto the websites right now, if you see it right now, you can see right here. You've got links to the socials here for Kaspa. Twitter, Reddit, GitHub, Facebook. All the stuff is here, right? And, that's all well. I mean, I would never go through Kaspa through that personally. I don't go through that. Maybe people do. People might do that. I don't do that personally, but who knows? And we can see again. Wait, I thought I moved. Oh, wait, of course I didn't. Yeah, so I can see. Yeah, so his suggestion is to remove that off Falco with the 10 gifted membership. Wow, damn, brother, absolutely insane, my man. Thank you very, very much for that as well. God, you guys blow my mind every single day. I cannot thank you enough for that. Honestly, absolute legends. Thank you all of you for that. And yeah, you too, Falcon, especially. Those who've got a membership, you're very welcome. So shout out to Steve, Stunoma, Bo Diggs, 3 Much Crypto, Next Level Cash, Eddie Parker 7, Last Ninja, as well as Paul B, Crypto Outcast, and Kobe. I feel like there's some OGs and maybe not have got one there, but all of you there, congratulations to the lucky draw from Falco there. And yeah, more body for the basement indeed. Absolute jokes with a lot of you. Thank you very much, Falco, my man. Appreciate it very, very much. As I was saying, gosh, every time I'm so bad at trying to thank people for it, man. I'm so bad at trying to transition out of what I'm talking about, going into thanking people for their generosity, and then going back and talk about it. Just thank you. As I was saying, so Casper Silver's idea is to remove the Medium, X, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn page from these websites for Casper, but keep the links to the Casper org, the Discord server being the most important one, Telegram as well, the Reddit, and the GitHub. And I actually do agree with this, because think about it, the Medium page, the Twitter, X, the Instagram, all this stuff for the most part will be run by a singular entity or a group of people, right? That's typically how it's going to work. That's how the thing works. In a Discord, public Discord server, or the website itself, or the Telegram, you actually, while you be the admin, if you will, the admin here being Michael Sutton, it's well and truly a community thing. And we're seeing it right now. It's a group vote going on right now, yes, myself here, about what to do. So I think, again, you haven't got to vote on it if you want to, you may even disagree with it, but I think actually it's a good step in the right direction. I did make a statement yesterday's stream, that maybe it's worthwhile just having a Casper Twitter page just purely retweet the community content. And while I do think that's a decent idea, me myself, I did think about it more so, and actually it doesn't really fix everything, because it still means the person who's running, or the people who are running that page, they're still nitpicking what content they think is worth retweeting. So that could still be, still defeat the purpose of quote-unquote true decentralization of the social media platforms. The marketing is bad, it's bad. We've been on that for a while, and now they're actually trying to fix it, and hopefully it'll be the fix we need to see. And Casper also highlighted as well, when asking questions in regards to the AMA earlier, that Discord, Bitcoin's already have this, solved this issue, right? If you go on to, you search up Bitcoin, whatever it may be, if you go through the channels, when you look through Bitcoin, whatever, it actually sends you to Bitcoin, but it sends you to Bitcoin as a Twitter search. So if you were to go through the social media platforms, whatever, the necessary platforms, whether it be the Bitcoin website or whatever it may be, it'll send you to this. It won't send you to the Bitcoin page here. That's run by an individual. It'll send you to Bitcoin here. So therefore, you can choose if you want to follow the actual Bitcoin account here, or you can just choose to just follow anything that's Bitcoin related content. So the premise is Casper Currency Twitter page should still be there, and hopefully be posting very soon again with the content they perceive as, posting worthwhile. Which again, as long as they post something, it's going to be one of the first points of contacts for people who are trying to learn about Casper. But at the same time, while that's going to be a case regardless, again, the idea from Casper Silver and the community is to try and to negate Twitter being that first point of contact, and more so make it being the Discord server, or the Casper.org website, or again the Telegram, these other more so community focused platforms, as opposed to just a singular Twitter page or account. So I do think it's a good idea, and hopefully that will revitalize and again allow Casper Currency to post more and stop this whole dilemma and drama. And we'll see hopefully some development from that as well. Again, I'm hopeful for it. That's all I can say to that matter. Johnny had his whole 2 cents about that very, very detailed one here, which again you can find down below. Some Polisky as well chimed in. And then Shai also mentioned here as well, when Casper Guru he highlighted here, which is something I also agree with as well here. Casper Currency is not really posting right now. It's our responsibility to share updates and spread the word of Casper across Twitter, which is my responsibility, it's our responsibility to do so. Retweeting, posting, whatever it may be. There is no official outlet for Casper News. It never has been, never should be, never will be. Every community member can contribute, even if you lack extensive technical knowledge. Just post on Kaspa, you know. Find a niche that suits your skill set, and use your strength to advantage here. Bitcoin thrived in this type of environment. Kaspa will too, once we get the actual technicality stuff down properly. So, you know, I think that's all well and good here. And Shai here says, you know, again, people still have their controversial opinions of Shai. He here saying that I'll gladly lend a hand to anyone creating informational content on Kaspa. And again, it's good to see that he's still trying to partake and take active, you know, roles in this community. I do, again, still respect Shai. I do. Despite people saying otherwise. They're most likely going to cut rates in Q4, but it's possible they cut rates by 5,000 basis points like they did in the previous bull run. No bull run until rate cuts. At least that's what historical data tells us. I mean, potentially, yes, but again, remember in the 2017 bull run, there was no rate cuts. We still saw a booming market still saw a very booming market, despite there being no rate cuts in 2017. So we don't need them, but it would be helpful, and we'll still likely see them in the cycle. T1's waiting for rate cuts, maybe. They're waiting for a good market at this point. I think what they're waiting for is a really booming market. Let's moon, please. I mean, yeah, I feel that, honestly. We will moon next month, hopefully. I hope so. What's up, Obi1.Kaspa, man? You're doing very, very well, brother. Every morning I wake up, no moon, it's unbearable. Yeah, I feel that. I do feel that, but don't be emotional, be logical, have some patience. I do want to believe that it is close. Make sure you've got some money set aside for these discounts. That's about to come. 5 to 6 cents Kaspa is very much in the cards depending on how the data looks this week. Honestly, again, corrections are expected. Don't be emotional, be logical, and just keep some dry powder. If we go to 5 cents, I will sell my fair. Fair. I don't even know what to ban, and I guess it's the ALLR here. Michael Anthony has frequented this community, truth be told, with posting seemingly just stuff that is not relevant to Kaspa or crypto and just seems to be there for scam stuff. I'm going to have to ban ALLR now, I guess. I mean, probably if I just did stop the individual. Where was I? Ghosty, did you cash out Young Petition? I think he said he's shorted it. No, I think he did. It's going lower. Play it's going lower. Honestly, if Kaspa goes lower, it's a discount again. I hope it can hold 100k. I hope so as well, and I believe it's possible. Again, it depends on the macro, but once the fuzz dissipated, once we get the news coming out, Bitcoin will hopefully hold, you know, above 100k, if not 105k, and then we'll see that push again towards higher highs following the M2 supply. Supreme Speed, Kaspa Layer 1 Supreme Privacy, and Speed, Spectre Ghost Phase Protocol Layer 1. I mean, Kaspa, yeah, definitely Supreme, I agree with that much. Sensible Mod, AK, not Miles. I mean, everybody else's words, not mine. Everybody else's words are not mine. But you can see that, Mr. Miles. People are recognizing you as a cloud. See that, it's not me. What's up, Dove, bro? You're doing very, very well. Thanks for all the content, QC. What's the go with the Kasplex account? Do you know anything about that? Cheers, legend. Well, thankfully, I did just cover that a little bit right now. So as we saw from the Kaspa Discord server, they're currently voting on a means to basically have a bit of a pullback for there being so much focus on the Kaspa Twitter page. Of course, it's still going to be focused on Kaspa Twitter page, understandably, but they're trying to make it less of a first point of contact right now, which I think is a smart thing to do, because again, I don't think there's really any real way that you can make that Kaspa account decentralized in the truest sense, unless you give it access to the whole community, and that is too dangerous, truthfully, because there are people who just don't care and just post random stuff on it. So I think it's worth keeping that in the trusted hand of the inside community or trusted people, but just making sure therefore it's not the first point of contact. You know, it can post content about Kaspa, fine, great, do the updates, we want to see that. Like the same thing, you've got the Bitcoin channel here, the Bitcoin page, where again, that's an account run by an individual posting about Bitcoin. Not much about Bitcoin, just putting out the price target, but just posting about Bitcoin, that's all it is. But that's one person running that. So Kaspa, therefore, the page will do a similar thing, but when you go through when you go through maybe CoinMarketCap here, when you look at the socials here, instead of clicking on Twitter X and you get loaded up to the Kaspa currency page here, you actually get loaded to just the Kaspa search here instead. So you wouldn't go to the Kaspa currency page, you go to here, and therefore you can just see everybody here in the community posting about Kaspa. I think that's a smart alternative right now. So I think that's the current strategy, and we'll see how that pans out. Again, I'll link the information regarding these posts here, but from a Chinese perspective, from Polinsky's perspective, and everything else in my free Discord server. Again, links to look at that are down below in the description, homepage here as well. And you get the VIP group with even more information there, so you can check that both out down below in the description. And again, if you want to benefit from trading alerts, the VIP is available, but equally you can check out the BYDFI affiliate page as well to get many benefits alongside, having a VIP 2 account, which is giving you 17% discounts on all trades, which is quite big, alongside other benefits as well. For example, as I'm listing them off right now, again, BYDFI has no KYC, no VPN, and it's regulatory licenses in United States and Canada, as well as other regions as well. You join a private trading group. Again, joining through the link I've mentioned, the sign up page in my Discord server. And equally, you'd get a welcome deposit bonus as well. There's many, and 15% first deposit cashback as well. So there are extra benefits, incentives for you to sign up should you feel the need to. Again, link down below in the description. And or equally, you can sign up go through the free Discord server here, check out the landing page, the sign up page on the BYDFI part there, and go through that means as well, which will get you access to the VIP trading group. Yeah, nice indeed, Falco. Yeah, and the crypto goes here as well. Don't forget to smash the likes on the way out. 100%. If you enjoy streams, always leave a like, share your friends, and subscribe for more. Beam, Zebek, Kaspa, Velo, Tai, and GLMR. I mean, I do agree. I think Beam's not a bad shout. I've heard a lot about Zebek recently. Kaspa, of course. Velo, I have heard a bit about as well. Tai and GLMR, I'm not too well versed with, but I mean, sounds like decent picks, brother, honestly. I hope not we need more time. And yeah, the more the merrier. Honestly, the more the merrier. Broke on base, Nadehard, the advocate for broke. He's been crushing it recently. So shout out to you, brother. I'm making a list of all you believers. You're the first ones when I got power. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Can I actually give Mr. Mars power? The power's going to definitely go to his head. In fact, he's like, once I get power, so he believes to getting power is scary. Kaspa is the Israeli Bitcoin. I mean, that for me, yeah, I think that, actually, you know what? Someone else made a similar post. I think it was Kaspa Currency. It was the crypto lady, Oh no, sorry, I fixed it for you. No, it was it was Kaspa Media here. Horrible title, but great read. I agree. That's how I do wholeheartedly agree. I mean, I made a post about it myself yesterday as well. Where was it? Am I just blind or something? Probably. You know what? I've actually been having trouble with Twitter. I've not been able to find the post I've been making recently on Twitter. I've had a big issue with it recently. Yeah, here it is, yeah. Personally, I would have chosen a different title, as Kaspa, the Israeli answer to scaling Bitcoin, could be mistaken as Kaspa being an Israeli coin when it's not. But otherwise, it was a great read. I mean, I do believe that. Not sure if you answered, but how do we have... I know, I did answer Buffalo. Right now, we have not a timeline for it. It's just a testnet right now. Hopefully, we'll find some more clarity and answers in the next coming weeks and months. What's up, Art Zero, bro? Hope you're doing very, very well. Gotta respect Jay for streaming during this Kaspa price action. It feels like forever, but he's still giving us hopium. Leave a like. Appreciate it very, very much, man. And yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what I do here. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm a maxi. I'm not trying to be a moon boy or anything like that. I'm simply just covering the news every single day. Despite the market corrections, I give clarity. I try to give clarity on why the market's correcting and ultimately why we should not be worried right now. And why Kaspa for me again is going to reverse and see that higher highs and then some in the future to be based on what's coming out. Still holding long. Yeah, still holding long my 10 cents. I just shorted it yesterday and hedged my long on 5x. Made about 50% today and added to my longs long it all the way. Absolutely massive, brother. Hope that plans out very, very well. Well done indeed. Calling Kasplex ready coin is like calling Ethereum the Russia coin. I mean, again, it's what I mean. Although I do know Nadehard is completely joking in that regard. He is actually arguably a bigger troll than you, Mr. Miles, and don't take that as a competition. But Nadehard, most of the stuff he does say is a complete joke. But I know, I respect Nadehard either way. My big long still up from 6 cents, so I don't worry about my trade. Hey, love that goes in, man. Keep it up. What's up, Magnus, bro? You're doing very, very well. I'm late, but hey, welcome, brother. Good to have you here. Can we point out the stereotype of Jay saying Jew created the... Can we point out the stereotype of saying a Jew created the best form of money? You can. I'm not unraveling that. I'm not unraveling that at all. But with that being said, though, family, thank you everyone once again for tuning in for today's Casper Crypto live stream. Remember, tomorrow's live stream will be earlier, so stay tuned and keep your eyes on the announcement channels in the Discord community to find out when we're going live. Again, market's correct right now. It sucks, it does, but provided, you know, again, for me, long term, nothing still to worry about. We've still got higher highs to come. If you enjoy the content, as always, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. If you want to know about crypto, other market centers, check out the free community. Equally, the VIP group, all available down below on my homepage here in the description. And also the BYDFI affiliate link, to be able to get extra benefits for trading us once more as well. All down below, no KYC in the description. Have a great day, good evening, good night, my family. Smash the likes as always. And I'll see you all